Neurodivergent, Big Book of Terms, Part 6. Habituation is a biological reaction mechanism where if a non-threatening stimulus keeps repeating, the response to it lowers over time. In neurodivergence, the brain's reduced capacity for habituation means we can't tune out unimportant stimuli, which leads to sensory difficulties and sensory overwhelm. Hyposensitivity, also known as sensory underresponsivity, is a condition characterized by a reduced sensitivity or diminished response to sensory stimuli from the environment. Individuals may have difficulty with detecting or processing sensory inputs, such as sound, touch, taste, smell, or visual stimuli. They may require more intense or prolonged sensory stimulation to register and respond to the sensation. Restriction means being prevented from moving freely or being confined against your will. It can include being held down, trapped, or having your movement controlled by others. This is particularly important for neurodivergent people who have historically faced harmful practices where restriction was used to stop stimming, force compliance, or manage sensory overload. Sensory avoiding, also known as sensory underresponsivity, refers to a pattern of behavior where individuals actively try to avoid or minimize exposure to sensory stimuli. These individuals may have a heightened sensitivity to sensory input and may find certain sensations overwhelming or discomforting. As a result, they may engage in behaviors such as avoiding. Sensory overwhelm is a feeling of immense distress. A sensory overwhelm. Autistic overwhelm is a strong reaction caused by the compounded effects of stress, exhaustion, lack of safety, a sense of danger, unmet needs, too much information, noise, sights or sounds, smells or touch. Sensory seeking is a behavioral pattern or tendency in individuals where they actively seek out and engage in sensory experiences or stimuli. Individuals may have a heightened desire for sensory input and actively seek activities or environments that provide intense or stimulating sensations. Verbal shutdown is a temporary inability to produce speech despite having intact language and thoughts, an involuntary neurological response to overwhelm. It's when words exist in one's mind but cannot be physically spoken due to sensory, emotional, or cognitive overload. Casually and incorrectly, it is sometimes also referred to as going nonverbal, but this term is not preferred by the non-speaking autistic community.